Everybody, welcome along to our Monday Night Rumble. Tonight is the penultimate round for our Season 1 of Sportscar Pro AM, and it's our last round before we head back to sunny shores of Australia. So tonight we're at Mazzano, probably track best known for its MotoGP events, but tonight the boys are running two 30-minute races. Our normal format of a pit stop for fuel thrown in. At the moment, we've got the GT4s out on track, running some qualifying laps. They've got about what have they got? About 6 minutes left of qualifying. See, it's currently Mosmoroz at the top. Meanwhile, the TCR boys have already completed their qualifying. It's Mick Polly that actually took pole in the TCR class over Dean Logsdale, Ben Singer. Cole Ridley's down in fourth. Got a bit of work to do tonight. Thought through some of these preliminaries. It's Mosmoroz that we're currently following. The McLaren said he's our current pole sitter. Meanwhile, this is Henry Fenson. Right on board with Henry as he follows Loshi around. Hopefully we're getting, oh, it looks like Loshi's run off there. Hopefully we're getting very loud and clear tonight. A bit of a backup. It's broadcast, so hopefully it all goes well. Got, tonight we've got a field of about 30 cars, so we've kept our season average, which is great to see. So we got back Neville Mills back with us tonight. With a train happening there. It's Moz. Him. Oh, car facing the wrong way. Just for a split second. I'm not sure who that was. Meanwhile, Henry's now jumped to the top. Around about 3.5 minutes left of the session. Done a 1:41.4. Oz is around about 2/10 further back, and then it's another 2/10 back to Loshi. Closely followed by Jack Boyd, and it's Neb Mel. Glenn Boyd, very close there in the 4th, 5th and 6th. Just as I say that, Jack's now jumped up into 2nd spot. Neville runs off the track and hits the wall. Go back and find Glenn Boyd. Got Loshi. This is looking at the back of Glenn Boyd's Porsche. Jump to the front on the front splitter, just above the front splitter. It's Loshi up ahead, I think. Glenn's still holding on to that 4th spot at the moment. A very quick part of the circuit. Watching the boys come through here on the MotoGP bikes is something else. If we Glenn set a purple sector in the middle. Didn't actually improve. Meanwhile, down in the AM class, Tony S is currently leading. Tony looks like he's finished his qualifying. Chris Blanchard's currently second. He's still out on track. Peter Ferrero now up into third. Stephen Barker. Scotty Baker. Lucas Baker. If he's saying that Cole is worn out from his new job, sounds like Cole Ridley has a new job. We go. Qualifying is now done and dusted, so we'll wait. Wait for him to give us a grid, which I think we have now. There we go, as the boys line up behind the pace car. It's going to be Henry Fenson out of pole, followed by Jack Boyd, Glenn Boyd out of 3, Moz Moroz out of 4, then it's Loshy, Neville Mel, Damien Seeger out of 7, Tony S out of 8, first of our AM boys, then it's Chris Blanchard, Peter Ferrero, Stephen Barker, Keithy Logan. Over the page, it's Scott Baker, Cam Edwards, Lucas Baker, Josh Woolley, Rob McGrath, Matt Tesorio, Benji Mitchell, Bill Paradiso, then the first of our TCRs, Mick Pollier out of 21, then Dean Logsdale, Ben Singer, and Kyle Ridley out of 24. Then it's Darren Linus, Dave Gogol, Ray Harrison, Glenn Hill, Campbell Hutton, and Anthony Connors, who didn't get to make the qualifying session, but is connected in time for the race. Will start at the rear of the field. So I think they will endeavour to move Glenn Hill in a GT4 in the AM class. Glenn will move through during the rolling lap and start from behind the GT4 field. Field now just starts to roll off behind the pace car. Bring up our class display so we can keep an eye on who's leading each class. Up our driver details so you know down the bottom left there who we're actually following, and let's bring up our dashboard so we can keep an eye on the speeds. Our GT4s roll around. Head back, and I think the TCR boys, the TCR boys are going to start single file tonight, which seems to work better a smaller field. Just rolling around. Get back up to the pace car. TCR boys will be a little bit behind GT4s in case there's an incident. Gives the TCR boys a better chance of avoiding those incidents. Just looking at our tyre selection, it's telling me that Hank Connors is actually on wet tyres. He's jumped in too quick and hasn't realised. Actually, on Lucas Baker says, nice effort in getting the stream up. Yeah, we're going to give it a try. We'll give it a crack. Hopefully it'll hold on for us. As long as the neighbours don't hit Netflix too early. Okay. Just rolling around through the last couple of corners now. Pace car's off. Waiting on the lights. Barney raises, and there's the green flag. They're off. Like that. Henry's going to have the inside line into turn one. Jack's tough there on the outside. Looks like Jack has now managed to grab that spot. Meanwhile, Glenn Boyd slots into third. Like Oz and Neville fighting over a few positions there. So far, everybody's made it through, which is good to see. We go back and check out our TCRs, and it looks like Mick's got a bit of a break. Mick Polly's managed to break away from the pack. That's Ben Singer and Dean Logsdale going side by side into that turn. Like we've got our first incident of the night. Looks like it's Glenn Boyd. It's just on cold tyres. See the car bobbing. Hard on the brakes. Yeah, he's managed to loop that. Went into the barrier. Oh, and there goes the rear wing just for measure. I think Boydie will be heading back to the pits to get that one sorted. Well, got someone cutting the grass there. I'm not sure who that was. Go back and see if we can find out what happened here. This is Glen Hill. Just loop that on his own. But no real harm there. Head back up the front. Apologies for the odd break in transmission. I'm desperately trying to keep this stream going at the moment. And well, I've got another crash back in the pack. This one is Lucas Baker. So what's happened to Lucas? Oh, I think he's going to loop this all on his own. That started to go very early in that previous. Oh, hold the brakes, hold the brakes. Oh, that's cooked. It's, that's a barbecue. Yeah, don't think that's looking too flash there, Lucas. Might have to get that back to the pits. Meanwhile, back up the front, Jack Boyd still leading over Henry. Neville Mel holding down that third spot. We're on lap 4. About 5.5 minutes into the 30-minute race at this stage. Jump on board with Henry. Oh, the leaders are coming up on some slower traffic. I'm guessing that in fact, oh, it's okay. Pisano is one of those tracks where we get a warning that cars have crashed when in fact they're just leaving pit lane. The pit exit at this track is so long that cars actually come up as crash because they're running at a slow speed for so long. Only circuit that I know of that happens. So let's have to keep an eye on who's actually crashed and who hasn't. As Jack Boyd set the quickest time, which was very quickly eclipsed by Moz Moroz that time around with a 1:41.2. Meanwhile, Peter Ferrero sets the fastest time in the AM class with a 1:42.299. He's having a really good race at the moment. Seems to have found his feet very quickly in the sim. He's only been in the sim a couple of weeks. Joined us late this season, but putting up a really good effort at the moment. It's got Tony S about half a second behind. Then it's Chris Blanchard and Keithy Logan in behind. Peter's go-karting experience starting to show through on the sim. battles closing up. On board with Tony S. Got a good run out of that final corner. Oh, no. Ah, hate to think the mock is on. Go back and have a look. Oh, I think Peter might have just moved down the track there and squeezed Tony. Like both of the boys have gone off. Back rejoin now. Tony's dropped down into fifth now. Frustrating this early in the race to have those sorts of things happen, but I suppose that's racing. Head back up the front. The Loshi that we're having a look at now. Like a few of the boys have done their pit stops already. Surprisingly enough, Loshi's not one of them at this stage. He's stayed out. Normally Loshi's one of the first to pit, but obviously running a different strategy tonight. Meanwhile, as we can see down in the TCR class, where's Mick Polly? He's got a nearly 6-second gap now back to Kyle Ridley, who has now made his way up into that second spot. Kyle coming onto the pit straight. One of these boys have pitted yet, so looks like the only one in the TCR class that has actually done their pit is Ben Singer at this stage. It's spread out quite a bit. Only 7 laps. I've had some comments back that this is not one of the drivers' favourite tracks, so maybe that's got something to do with it. Watching Neville Mel putting a bit of pressure on Henry now. That second spot. A few more boys run down pit lane. Like Oshi is actually the first of our boys, but I think in actual fact Glenn Boyd would have pitted potentially. Let's go and find Glenn. Surely he's not running around with. Oh, he is. So Glenn is still running around with no rear wing. Obviously doing a Lando here. The FIA marshals, stewards are quite happy. See Boydie is carrying an English passport in his back pocket. About the only way he'd be getting away with that. I wonder if he even knows. really slowed him down that much, but certainly the car's going to feel a lot different after his pit stop and he puts the wing back on. Oh, well, there you go. I thought he would have pitted for sure, as our 3 leaders are now in the pits. Cam Edwards. See what Cam does. Yep, he dives into the pits as well. So that is going to mean that Loshi is actually the first of our cars that are pitted. So let's stick with Loshi. See where this all plays out, boys. Actually exit the pits. Loshi's just coming through the final turn now. And the other boys are at pit exit, but it's a long pit exit. Very long pit exit. But they looks like they are back out on track. There's looks that was Neville Mill. What's happened to Jack Boyd? It's telling me. As I said, this can be a bit confusing, this track. It's nothing more. He's leaving pit lane. See, Jack is still there. He has dropped a couple of spots. Right up behind Moz. They come through to pass Anthony Connors. So Henry Fenson. Henry, what's going? Oh, so Henry's at pit exit now. So he didn't hit the last time around. See Henry just heading about halfway up the pit exit. Where's he going to come out? Is he already out? Managed gap. Maybe Henry's got all these ducks in a row tonight. Got a 4.5 second gap now over Moz, who's being totally molested by Jack. Neville's holding on to that 4th spot. Then it's Loshi, and a couple of seconds further back. Followed by Cam Edwards, Damo, and then Glenn Boyd. So everyone is now pitted as ticked over the 17-minute mark. Waiting for our TCR boys to sort themselves out. I think that some of them are just going through their pit stops now. But Henry's still got that 4-second lead stage. Got Kyle Ridley tucked in behind him. Just put a lap on Kyle. What's happened to Kyle? He's dropped out of... he's dropped another lap down as well. Very confusing But one thing's for sure is we do know that Henry is actually leading. From Moz Moroz, then it's Jack Boyd holding on to that third spot, then Neville Mell, then Wayne Losh. Down in our GT AM class, it's Chris Blanchard, who is on track just ahead of Cam Edwards, but he's got Scotty Baker and Keith Logan. Close proximity. So apparently Kyle got a penalty, main entry penalty. See the I had a pop-up on the screen and he couldn't see the cones. We won't ask what the pop-up was. I think Kyle's got enough points in the bag at the moment in the TCR class that he can afford to have one or two mishaps. Of course, having said that, he's in a really tight battle with Jack Boyd for the overall championship, so he probably doesn't want to drop too many points if he can help it. Sounds like Kyle's actually having some technical issues. But he's still out there as far as I can see. Getting a bit spicy now. Might stick with this battle. So Chris Blanchard tries to hold off the two marauding Southern Cross Porsches. About 9 minutes of the race to go, so there's probably 4 or 5 laps. Tony S is not that far behind now. It's a bit awkward for Chris. It's not sure whether to try and get back through on Cam. Oh, Cam's run it wide. Go side by side. So that's Scotty Baker that's gone up the inside. Oh, bit of a squeeze. Oh, that's going to be tight. It's becoming quite a bottleneck here. Scotty Baker that now leads. Yeah, AM class. Chris Blanchard's still in the hunt for the AM Championship. He's in a bit of a battle with Josh Woolley. The other two boys that were in the hunt won't be here for this round or the next, so it's really a battle in two. Where's Josh Woolley at the moment? So Josh is currently down in 6th spot. I'm sure Chris really needs to battle too hard here to whether he just grabs the points. Meanwhile, back up the front, Henry's still maintaining that 4-second gap over Jack Boyd now, who has got past Moz as Chris closes right up under brakes. Scotty Baker's actually got through on Cam, just giving him we got a blinker. That would be Keithy Logan. Well, that was I think that was Glenn Hill in the background, just digging himself out of the sand trap. Boys come round to fence their lap 15. Tony S now has moved right up in behind. I think that's Damo that's in that queue of cars there now. But it's Scotty Baker, Keith Logan. Then it's Cam Edwards, Chris Blanchard, Damo there in the black and blue McLaren, and Tony S. Porsche now joined the back of the queue. About 4 minutes of racing left, so sure, as I said, whether it's worth Chris Blanchard taking the gamble, or does he just grab those extra points? Meanwhile, Mick Polly down in the TCR class has got around about a 10-second lead over Ben Singer. Darren Linus has moved up into 3rd in that class over Ray Harrison, Dave Gogol and Dean Logsdale. Battle is continuing to rage. Coming up some slower traffic as well, just to add it into the mix. Jump on board with Chris for a lap and just that's Keithy Logan directly ahead of Cam. So Scotty Baker's managed to get a little bit of a gap. Oh, and Cam's gone. Wow. Meanwhile, Henry's gone back into the pits. I think it looks like Henry has had to do a second pit. Maybe he didn't get enough fuel the first time. Well, this race has had a bit of everything. Yeah, stay with Chris Blanchard at the moment, see if he can get back up to the back of the Southern Cross boys. Keithy Logan is just under a second ahead. What have we got? Oh, there's probably 2 laps maybe left. So this comes up on the back of Kyle. TCR. Kyle should move across now and just get through, which he does. Makes this corner entry really tight though. Come in from very inside lane. Back up the front now that Henry's done that unusual pit stop. So put Jack Boyd back in the front. Osmoroz in second. Neville Mill back in third. Then it's Loshi in fourth, followed by Henry. He might be on the last lap. Haven't had white flags show up, but that's not unusual. Been caught many times this season with the lack of the white flag. Meanwhile, Keithy Logan has closed right up on the back of Scotty Baker in that battle for AM class. Quickly head back. Oh, Keithy's disappeared on me. It's back again. Chris Blanchard is a fair way back. I think he might have lost a bit of time in that that spin that Cam had. Oh, Jack's just coming through the last couple of corners. Should get the checkered flag this time around. Fairly straightforward drive for Jack in the end. There is the checkered flag. Jump back now and watch the 2 Southern Cross boys cross the line in formation. It doesn't. I don't think Keithy will be trying anything too desperate through these last couple of corners. He blinks again. So it will be Scotty Baker across the line. Blanchard will bring it home for third, followed by Tony S. Now we'll jump back to the TCR leader. Mick Polly had a very fairly uneventful only race at the front. He's still got that 10-second lead over Ben Singer at this stage. Aaron Lyons did get home for third. Just Ben and Mick that are got to complete this lap. So the Southern Cross boys grab a win in 2 of the 3 classes in race 1. That's going to make the boss very happy chappy. All the sponsors. It flashes the headlights across the line. Going back and find Ben. He's just about to cross the line now. Cements that second spot. And that's it for race 1. Have race 2 up very shortly after a short warm-up period. just get a chance to go and grab themselves a drink. Some official results up shortly as well. Received a message. I'll and take a short break myself, and we'll be back for race 2 very, very shortly. Hey guys, welcome back. The pace car is out on track, about to get underway for race 2. So jump down and all the boys are their race lap. We'll look at the grid for our race 2. So it's going to be Jack Boyd out of 1, then it's Moz Moroz, Neville Mel, Wayne Losh, Henry Fenson, Scotty Baker out of 6, the first of our Amboys, and Keithy Logan, Chris Blanchard, Damien Seeger, Tony S, Stephen Barker, Joshua Woolley. Head over the page. Just sitting on the grid. Rob McGrath, followed by Glenn Boyd, Cam Edwards, Matt Tesorio, Bill Paradiso, Peter Ferrero, Benji Mitchell, Lucas Baker, Dick Polly, first of our TCR boys, and Ben Singer, Darren Linus, Dean Logsdale. And it'll be Dave Gogol, Kyle Ridley, Campbell Hutton, Glenn Hill, Anthony Connors, and Ray Harrison. Boys trundle around on their pace lap. I'll do something different this start. Who shall we pick on? Who shall we give the commentators curse to for this start? It's Henry. Henry's down. I might jump on board with Henry actually and go to the roof cam start of this race just for something a little bit different. Now driver details. Oh, that sun. Oh, that's not going to be pleasant. Getting late in the day. But our track temp's currently 21 degrees. Shouldn't be any tyre issues. This is interesting. Never noticed that before. We're actually on lap 1 and tuning into our actual race time. Interesting. Something to keep in mind for future events. Dashboard. See they're maintaining around about that 80 k's an hour. Maintain their rows of 2. Pace car heads to the pits. They're just making their way around the final corner. Keep an eye out for Ernie. Just the flag. We're off and racing. Henry's got a really good start, but really got nowhere to go. Oh, there's a bit of a touch there between Moz and Nev. Loshy slots in. Oh, there's that sun. Oh, right in the driver's eyes. Henry now slots in behind Loshy. was had a twitch there. That's opened the door for Nev. Nev doesn't need a second invite. Oz has now grabbed that spot from Nev. Little Jack leading. While Scotty Baker is still holding on to that lead. The field so far has managed to make it through safely. Big Polly sets a big time already. Set the quickest time on lap 2 and in the TCR class. Bit of a battle raging. Oh, looks like we got a crasher further back. This is looks like Peter Ferrero is looped that on his own. Cold tyres. It's off track and out the way. The TCR field going to Henry makes his way through. Oh, and he's been tapped there by Scotty Baker. That it's all gone a bit pear-shaped here at the moment. Chris Blanchard, meanwhile, has jumped to the front of the AM class. That little bit of kerfuffle. I was going to go back and have a quick look at the battle that down in the TCRs. Kyle Ridley. But Ant Connors, who's now on dry tyres, sent me a message saying that car handles so much better on drives so much better on dry tyres. Cam Edwards has just sent me a message. He's had a hardware failure. Did get a message up to say that Kyle had dropped out due to a packet loss, so unfortunate that these technical things happen from time to time. Hopefully Cam will be back next week. As Cobra is currently 5th. The TCR class. We jump on board with Darren Linus harassing Dave Gogol. It's a good little battle. Ray Harrison tucks in behind Darren. We start lap 4. staying with Darren. He, I think probably went a little bit wide there through that series of turns. Looks like Dave's got a bit of a run on Ant. Oh, quite a battle with these four cars as Ant again runs it a little bit wide, tries to pull it back down to the apex. See the speeds of the little TCRs down this back straight. They get up over the 200k an hour mark. Oh, this is a ding-dong battle. Boys are playing for keeps. Dave was a little bit wide on exit there, but manages to maintain that gap back to Ant. And was a little bit hot through that part of the track, which is given Darren a bit of an incentive here. I think we just lost Darren for a little bit there. Meanwhile, back up the front, got a bit of a battle raging here as well. Right on board with Loshi this time. Down in the AM class, it's looks like the boys have split their strategies. A few boys have done their pit stops already, so it's still Chris Blanchard currently leading in the AM class. Hey, Big G. How you going, Graham? Got Big G on the broadcast chat. Looks like these cars are all fairly evenly matched for this circuit. Doesn't seem to be any one particular make of car that seems to have an advantage. Well, go back and find Rob McGrath. The AM class, Rob's currently moved up to second. Chris Blanchard now is undertaking his pit stop. G tells me that the broadcast is looking good, so that's good news. Wasn't sure how we'd go tonight. We've had one or two minor issues, but nothing that we haven't been able to sort out, so that's good. It's a really striking livery on on the big Merc there. I quite like that. Rob's hunting down Matt Tesorio at the moment. Matt actually leading our AM class at this stage. Chris Blanchard, the first of the boys that who have pitted. It looks like Scotty Baker had an incident a while back. Jump back and have a look. So he was behind Glenn Boyd at that stage. He's looped it. Just taps the wall, so no real damage, but that's what's dropped him back down the order. As Rob now heads into the pits. Go back up the front. Check out our train of 4 cars at the front. Like any of these boys have actually pitted as yet, as we're on lap 8. Oh, looks like Kyle Ridley's night has gone from bad to worse. What's happened to Kyle? No, I think Kyle's just might still be having a few technical issues and escaped out of it there. Boys at the front, get the hammer down. Wow. Just, Kyle's spotter is actually just letting us know that he got another meatball from the exit cones of the pits. Sure, what's going on there? Looks like Kyle and the pits are just not getting along tonight. Back out on track, we're with Scotty Baker at the moment. Scotty hasn't done his pit stop as yet. Heads off for another lap. There's a lot of activity down in the pit lane. We could hear as we followed Scotty past that time. Well, down in our TCR class again. Oh, just as we come back, there was a spinner there. Reckon that was not sure who that was. Might have been Ray Harrison. Let's wait for everybody to sort themselves out after the pit stops. Like Henry stayed out again. Back with Ant Connors this time. Ant hasn't pitted as yet, neither has Darren just up the road from him or Mick Polly. Now, the first of the guys that have pitted actually Darren's teammate, Dean. Alright, back up the front. Henry's now into the pit, so it looks like Moz has jumped Jack Boyd during the pit stops. Oh, Henry is at pit exit. Henry's back out, but now dropped down to 5th. We're just over the halfway mark again. So, as they sort themselves out, Chris Blanchard now leading the AM class. About a 3.5, over 3 second gap back to Keithy Logan, who holds down 2nd. And Matt Tesserio holds down 3rd. But Matt's got some really close company at this stage, with Stephen Barker there just in behind him. Josh Woolley also there in the battle. Oh, love that camera. Shows us how many different lines there are through that fast kink on the back straight there. That now coming under a bit of pressure from Lee Barker. Back up the front. Still Moz this stage. The radio. Sure. Maybe he's asking Jack to play nicely. Around about half a second. Jack doesn't look like he's going anywhere in a hurry. Moz is going to have to drive the wheels off that thing if he's hoping to grab a win tonight. Neville Mel still holds down that 3rd spot. Loshi coming under a bit of pressure now from Henry, who's close to with under a second. Go back and find our AM leader. Still holding that. He's actually increased the gap a little bit now. It's out to 3.6 seconds. Back to Keithy Logan. Matt Tesserio around about 5 seconds further back, but Matt's still got Josh Woolley and Steve Barker. Josh Woolley's actually moved past Steve Barker now. And while Mick Polly, let's go back and find Mick. He's managed to get that gap out to around 10 seconds again. Oh no, have we lost our... couple of crashes here? This is Ben Singer, who was in a battle. Oh, and Phil Paradiso's come from a mile back. Oh, Phil, no. No. Just no. Let's go back live. Wow. So Ben has still managed to hold on to that third spot, but quite some distance now away from Dino. That was unfortunate. That was that pass was always going to be on a wing and a prayer. What do we got around about just under 8 minutes to go? Mick's just in cruise mode. Let's jump back up the front. This battle's still raging between Jack and Oz. Oh, that gap between Chris Blanchard and Keithy Logan has also come down fairly rapidly. Not sure whether Chris made any sort of a mistake, or he may have been held up with some slower traffic, but Keithy's got that down to over a second now. Jump on board with Jack. Jack manages to close up extra speed of the Aston, I think, out of the turns. Gives it that slight advantage. Jack's just letting Moz know that he's still there. Might ride on board with Jack for... oh, is Jack going? Jack's looking for it. Has Moz left the door open? I think he has. Jack gets the move done. Got just under 5 minutes to go. Like Oz is going to be happy to settle for that second place. Meanwhile, the gap between let's go back and find our this would be so daunting for Chris. If he's there 1 minute, gone the next. Okay. If he might have a bit of a run here. And this long back straight. Chris manages to hold on to it. Meanwhile, Matt Tesorio is still holding down that third spot. Josh Woolley is closed right in on the back of Matt. So I reckon there would be one or two more laps. It looks like I'm going to quickly go back and have a look and see what's happened with Scotty Baker. Oh, just running in a bit hot, I think, and we're at it. Oh no, Phil's just gone into the pits, so let's get back live to the live action. Where the boys are on track. Let's go and find Jack, whether this is going to be the final lap. White flag is out. Last lap coming up. Jack's managed to break away from Moz. Well, Damo closing in on the back of Glenn Boyd in the battle for 6th and 7th. This is the one that has got me intrigued as Keithy pulls out alongside. Should get the better run into the turn, but looks like Chris has got that covered. Chris flashing the headlights there to get Phil to move aside. Oh, Phil. Oh, move aside, Phil. That's it. Oh, we've got to get back to this. As Jack's just coming through the final few turns now to meet the checkered flag. He's going to make it 2 from 2. Just a great effort. He jumped back now. Final complex of corners. Keithy's gone in really hot. He's trying to get a run up the inside. Oh, no. Oh, Keithy's giving him a bit of a rub. I think Chris is going to hold on to it. And he does as Keithy blinks over the line. Where's our TCR boys? As Nick now 25 seconds. Is absolutely cleaned up tonight in the TCR class. Make it 2 from 2. Mick showing just why he does love the front-wheel drive cars so much. I think this season all of the wins have been shared between Kyle and Mick, and if Mick hadn't missed a few rounds, the overall championship would be a lot closer. But all you can do is win, and that's what Mick has done again tonight. 2 from 2, so well done. So we'll head over and do some driver interviews very shortly, as I can hear everybody is jumping into the Discord. Shall get them underway very shortly. All right, let's have a look and see who has rated my broadcast. Oh, God, it's a cast of a million. We've got everybody in here tonight. Where do we start? Let's start. Who have we got here from TCR? Have we got anyone? Oh, we got Ben Singer.
Hi,
Ben.
how's it going?
All right, Ben. That was an interesting race too.
It was certainly eventful, but yeah, great racing by Dean there, and fair. You know, we both gave up for each other, so I think that was good racing.
You might have got dive bombed there in race 2 by a purple people-eating Porsche. That was probably one of the biggest dives we've ever seen on the broadcast. So a big shout out to our sponsor from KP Tech, Phil Paradiso. Phil, that was never going to work. But apart from that, you seem to be in a good battle with the rest of the boys. Of course, Mick was seemed to be in a league of his own tonight.
Yeah, Mick was on another planet. He had unbelievable pace. Yeah, great racing, mate.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoyed it. It was good fun.
And Dean Logsdale, Dino.
Right, yeah, no, we had some great fun, and you know, Phil got in the middle of us, but we've all done it. So you know, we've all been there and got in the way. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I had a good race with Ben there, and Mick just went off into the distance, and we had nothing for him, and yeah, we just had a bit of fun on our own, I suppose, and kept each other company, and it was all good racing and fair.
Yeah, my first thought was that you've obviously might have slipped a fiver or something through to Phil, because that looked like that battle could have gone either way until poor old Ben got nailed.
I think Dean had the pace on me the whole race, to be honest. Yeah.
Phil had a go at me, and then he got Ben, so that was evens. But Ben slowed down for me, and I slowed down for Ben. So it's all worked out right in the end.
If I hadn't have slowed down for you, would you have slowed down for me? I'll be honest.
Here we go.
Actually, funny you should say that. No.
We
I feel a bromance blossoming. Greg, what about you?
We're English gentlemen. That's what it is.
I am so over marriage counselling, I've got to tell you.
I don't know. I've never thought of that. Anyway, let's go.
And Mick, Polly. Wow.
I'll take it, mate.
Yeah. That was a masterclass tonight. I think
that was a good race, man. I just ran it how I wanted to, took it easy, saved the tyres, and it all worked out. It's typically a stronger race, stronger track for me anyway. But kind of like last week's race every week, I guess. But no, it was good fun, man. I enjoyed it regardless.
That was I think both races was over 10 seconds, the margin at the end. So it's certainly a track that seems to suit your driving, that's for sure. I will send a quick shout out to Kyle though. Kyle had a run in with the cones on the pit exit, and the second time he hit the cone, it gave him a meatball. So
I'll get a look at that.
There's concrete in that cone. Yeah.
I have I have
Poor
never
guy.
heard of a cone giving somebody a meatball, but he's
Normally they want a meatball after a cone.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, but you got in there, Chris. Good on you, mate.
You said it, mate. Well
yeah,
done.
la 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 la. All right, let's move to the AM class. Who have we got with us in the AM class? We've got Scudsy, Keithy Logan.
Hey, g'day, boys.
Geez, Keithy, you what did you took some rocket fuel before
Yeah,
tonight's round?
a little bit up mucking around in the garage this evening, getting it all right as I partake in a amber fluid. No, that was awesome. I enjoyed both races. Were really good. A good representation from the Southern Cross boys. But Mr. Blanchard, you had me all the way on that last one. I gave it everything, and well done, mate. Good, well-deserved win.
Oh, you made me work for it. I had to take some defensive lines out of the corners.
Yeah, it was getting a little bit slippery. I think I had a little bit of issue with some of the black stuff on the black stuff, but no, I thoroughly enjoyed it, mate. It was really challenging.
I will
Good.
I will say though, Keithy, whatever it is that you and Mr. Boyd Senior have got going with this disappearing and reappearing at the most inconvenient times, it certainly keeps the broadcaster on their toes.
I'm very, very glad. We can, like we say, we thank our beautiful government for our NBN that we have. But I'm glad it worked to my favour.
And Chris managed to grab a win there in race 2 after being absolutely mauled by the Southern Cross boys in race 1.
Yeah, she was hard work tonight. I sort of played it safe in race 1. There was a few guys that wanted to put the elbows out and do a bit of push and shove, and I just let them go, and they took themselves out. And then I can't actually remember what happened there in the end, but I think I just left the door open, and they all got a run on me, and I thought, well, yeah, I'm just happy to sit back here. It's hard to make those positions back.
I think at one stage you might have got a little bit lucky with Cam Edwards spinning just in front of you as you made your way onto the long back straight.
Only just like he touched the car. Like I went back and had a look at the replay, and I thought, geez, that wasn't me, was it? And yeah, he's touched the car in front. I don't know if he's locked the brakes, and that's turned him. And then of course I've come through and given him a bit of a push further.
Yeah, no, we picked that up on the broadcast, and I thought, wow, that you don't want to get any closer than that. So no, I think you'd still be happy with third in race 1 because it was fairly action packed there the last few laps.
Yeah, it was, and like I'm sort of just working on taking away the points, and happy to get the one in race 2. And as I said, all kudos to Keith. Like that was some good racing there where we didn't do silly stuff. Like I said, normally I'll leave the door open in a corner, but when I was defending that late in the race, I was making sure I was taking the defensive line out of the corners. So the next corner I had covered. So if he was going to get me, he had to go around the outside. So he made me work for it pretty hard.
It's really good racing in both the AMs and the pros tonight. And Nev, you managed to grab a podium there in race 2?
Yeah, hung on to it, yes. We got there.
It seems like the McLaren is becoming a bit of an overall car now. It certainly seems to be competitive at most tracks.
Yeah, it seems to be going all right. Can't say fuel. I don't know how Moz does it, but I'll have to learn off the master, I think.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Moz, that was 2 pit stops where you came out in front, so you're obviously doing something right. You're not listening to Damo for a start. That's got to be a plus.
Nah, I basically have a go the first lap, then I realise that I'm not good enough. Then I save fuel like a crazy man all the way to the pit stop, and then I underfuel it to get on the broadcast and get first place. And then 3-4 laps to go, I realise that I don't have enough fuel, so start coasting again. And yeah, it worked out to get in front, And then obviously with the traffic and everything that everyone's got to contend with, the coasting didn't lose me too much time, maybe half a second a lap.
And young Jack's with us. Another double, Jack.
Yeah, pretty good night. Didn't really feel like I was on top of it tonight. Bad luck to Henry. I mean, he definitely had the pace tonight. I think he might have tried a little bit of a different strategy in the first race with a shorter fuel load, and yeah, it didn't really work out, and that obviously pushed on to the second race. So bad luck to him. I feel like it's a few weeks now. He's been all over us and just made little mistakes. So yeah, I feel like next week we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I couldn't sort of work out in race one exactly what he'd done, because he seemed to have it all covered, and then had to do that second pit stop. So obviously, as you said, tried a different fuel strategy that didn't quite pay off. But I suppose you got to try these things, especially when you're racing someone like you.
Well, yeah, I don't know. He's definitely come a long way this season, that's for sure. So yeah, look forward to next week.
And all right, let's go back and see if there's anybody wants to do any shout outs. Let's start with our TCR boys. Ben, any shout outs?
Just to, the organisers, the admins as usual. I know both me and Dean got a bit punted today, but it really doesn't happen very often. Usually the racing around here is absolutely awesome. So thanks to you guys, and look forward to next week.
No worries. And Dino?
Yeah, same as what Ben's saying, and also I want to thank the sponsors. And like Ben said, there's definitely nothing malicious out there, so there's no hard feelings with Phil. It's just one of those things, just accidental. So thanks to the admin and the sponsors. Appreciate it.
No worries. And Mick?
Yeah, well, good on you, Greg, for managing to get a stream up this week. We really appreciate it, man. Same to all the admins. We couldn't do it without you guys. Same with the Southern Cross boys. Good racing tonight, good results. And on to next week.
No worries. And in our AM class, who have we still got here? Keithy.
Hey, thank you, Greg, and all the admin team for all the hard work you put in for the stream each week. Zagari Concrete, Southern Trim Shop, Stitched Up, SA Brothers, Aussie Water Carts, First Security Response, Envirogen, Cookie Lux, and Dickens Cider. Thank you very much for everything that you boys do. Really appreciate it, and I'll be watching the stream back. I'll be tired at work tomorrow. Thanks.
No worries. And Chris?
I so want to recite that now, that radio skit. I know it off by heart.
Don't do it. I was going to say, before anybody goes ahead, don't do it.
No. I remember. Yeah. Greg, thanks again. You seem to surpass plenty of obstacles each week to get this up and going, so it's great. Really enjoying it. I suppose the biggest the shout out this week is to my biggest sponsor, which would be the wife. She's the one that lets me race, so I better give a shout out to her.
Hey,
Freakiest thing I've ever had. But anyway.
I'm just going to cut in there and say to Dino, I hope you're listening to Chris here, mate. You could learn a thing or two.
I mean, he's not a real man, is he? I wouldn't know. I'm joking, Chris. No. I'm joking. No.
I was going to say, don't learn anything from me, because I'm on number 3.
Well, I'm on number 2, so yeah, perhaps I'll say when I'm on number 3. Oops, I might. She don't watch the broadcast. We're all good.
All right, let's move on.
She does now. I just forwarded it to her, mate. So yeah.
Let's move on, Nev. Any shout outs, Nev? Hopefully you're not in the same boat.
I'm going to say handbrake. Anybody?
That might be a good idea.
Oh dear. Anyway, no, thanks to everybody. Nothing more to say than anybody's already said. It was another great night of racing, and we'll see you again next week, eh?
No worries. Thanks, Nev. Who else have we got? Oh, I've got so many in here tonight. I'm losing track. Oh, Moz Moroz. Oh, is Moz still with us?
Gosh. Yeah,
I was
it's
going to
probably
say Moz has dozed off. Like,
No, I'm awake. I'm awake. What happened?
what happened?
Yeah, I'd like to thank KP Tech Palmer's, Courage and Son, and all the other ones that I can't remember that Loshi always says after me to make me look silly.
Palmer's stitched up KP Tech Bimstruct.
I've been straight. You forgot that one. I told you last week.
All right, Jack, what about you thank Bimstruck, Jack?
Yeah, thanks, Beamstruck. Good guys there. Thanks always to the guys up the front. Still not a single scratch on my fresh new paint. So yeah, see you guys next week.
No worries. And to close it out, Damo, you got anything you need to add?
No, just pretty good night. I think a bit of a comms warning tonight there was. So again, nothing's going to happen any further from it. It's all good. Just remember that we don't use the comms. That's all. And a bit of a shout out. I did hear the incident between I think it was Singer and Dean, and what they did was the correct thing to do. So well done to the both of you guys for letting the race continue the way you did. But apart from that, it's a good night.
Cool.
We would have had you, Polly, otherwise, mate. Yeah, we would have had you.
Yes, can imagine. Well done.
All right. Well, on that note, we unless Loshi, you got anything you need to add?
RumbleRacing.com.au.
There we go.
That's it. Jump along to the league website where you can find all the information about previous seasons, new rounds, what's coming up in the future, all of our sponsors. That's it.
And coming up very, very soon, there will be a new feature on our website, which is Loshi's Fuel Calculator.
Made for Damo.
Expressively made for Damo, who probably can't understand it anyway. So, but nevertheless, it's the thought that counts. And
I gave my old calculator to Glenn Boyd. That's why you say good now. I got no calculator at the moment.
See.
Yeah.
All right, boys. On that note, I think we might call an end to proceedings. We'll be back next Monday night for our final round from an Aussie track, still yet to be decided. But if you check out our website later in the week, there might be a hint or three on there. But until next Monday night, 6:30, stay safe, enjoy your sim racing, and we'll catch you all again next week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.